Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, April 19th, 2013. I'm doing two videos today. This one will be the eBay video. Later I will do a video regarding the cyber stalker Chunky. The reason I decided to wait till later is because I have to Skype somebody in Michigan who's working on the case, and I need some updates from him before I can go forward with a huge, absolutely huge announcement. We'll get to that later. Let's talk about eBay. Alright guys, first of all, I want to start by telling you one bit of bad news about eBay. The spring session of eBay on location has been canceled. You heard it right, canceled. I actually heard this about 3 weeks ago and I didn't come forward with it. I wanted to be sure it was official, but Jim Griffith made it official. eBay on location is canceled for the spring. No reason given. Okay, moving on. Let's go back. All right. I want to talk about eBay stores and what we talked about in the last video, because there's been a lot of misunderstanding and miscommunication about opening a new eBay store or upgrading your current store. All right, I found out a couple of things that shocked me. Number one, a lot of you guys did not get the invitation. And I don't mean just you guys on YouTube. A lot of my friends on the Facebook groups didn't get it either. It seems to be about 60-40. 60% got it and 40 didn't. So again, I'd like to know, did you get the invitation? And if so, did you accept it? For those who were invited, that means you were invited to immediately sign up for a new eBay store or upgrade your current store. And the first 45 days would be free until the end of May. For those who were not invited, you guys will be allowed to do it, but if I read it correctly, not till after May 1st. So we'll have more on that as time goes by. As I told you, I myself did upgrade. And when you upgrade to either the Premium or the Anchor store, you get something called Selling Manager Pro and Sales Reports Plus, which piggyback on your store subscription. There is no extra charge if you have the upscale stores for these services. What do I think of them? It's too soon to tell. I just started using them. We'll talk about that as the weeks go by. I would like to thank you subscribers for giving me a lot of information. You know, I always ask you guys, if you come across a seriously deadbeat bidder or a really bad seller, to give me his name, and I always say I will double check and make sure everything's accurate, and if it is, I will go forward with the info. Well, I'd like to thank one of you guys for offering up the bad seller of the month. I'm going to introduce you to a guy, so what I'd like you guys to do now, if you would, is open a second browser window and go on to eBay, and you're going to do a search by seller. I'm sure you guys know how to do that. Just go on to your My eBay, top right, where the search bar is, there's a blue hyperlink that says Advanced. Click that, then go back to the left halfway down by seller. Alright, and I'm going to give you his name. True Blue Ray, and listen, here's the way to spell it. T-R-U-E-B-L-U-R-A-Y. I'll give you a second to get that up. While waiting, I'll tell you that his current feedback is 1336. Now that's a lot of feedbacks. And I checked his history, and he actually had a really good history until the last month or two. His rating now is 82.4%, which on eBay is considered horrible. If you go onto his first page of feedback, it's nothing but a sea of red. The red badge of courage is not what I'm talking about. What he's doing is he's sending counterfeit and fake DVDs out. Now, I am not an expert in this field, but one of my subscribers is, and quite frankly, maybe you are. I'd like to know, can any of you guys come up with a reason why he did this, or why you would surmise he did this? Because in the past, he looks like he was a great seller. He really, really was rocking. And in the last month or two, he just started selling all this fake crap. Why would somebody throw away a good eBay account to sell this fake garbage? Now at first I thought to myself, well, maybe he bought a bunch from his supplier and they turned out to be bootleg without him knowing it. But if that was the case, once the people got the bootleg item, they would contact him and he would give them all refunds and make good on it. But it doesn't appear that happened. So guys, can you please tell me why you think a guy who was once a great seller is now selling all these pirated and bootleg DVDs? I also was told by my subscriber that there's another YouTuber rather, who actually made a video about this guy. Okay? And I commented on it. Because I love to see when a person who's a victim comes forward and speaks up. There's nothing more I like than that. There's no reason for you or anyone who's a victim. I get so many personal messages each week with sad stories like you bought an item from somebody and it's not as described and they dicked you over, or you sold an item to somebody and they're trying to keep it and they're trying to scam you. And what I say to a lot of you guys is, you know, that's just plain wrong. But in most cases, eBay always sides with the buyer, whether they're right or wrong. You know it and I know it. And like, you know, we don't have power in that venue to do anything, but we do have power on YouTube. All right? It's amazing the things we can accomplish on YouTube. And I hate to deviate from what I'm talking about, but if you come back on tonight, I'm going to have another video up about the Cyberstalker and some major accomplishments. How? Because we got the word out. And it works with everything. If you get dicked over, make a video. If you feel that you sold somebody an item and they kept it and they got their money back through PayPal or whatever, the idea, what you should do is make a video, tell your story, and tell us the name of the eBayer. So we can all go online, we can all look at it, and we can all see if your claim has merit, and the word will get out there. Guys, this YouTube is a tool. Let's use it for our benefit. Okay? Now, as far as other eBay news is concerned, on my Facebook groups, a lot of people have been complaining that the month of April has been pathetically slow for them. My question to you guys, do you feel that way too? Have you found April to be a pathetically slow month? Maybe it has to do with the category you list in. That's something we really haven't talked too much about. I would love to see all you guys comment just a general category. You don't have to give your user ID if you don't want. Like whether you're selling clothing, you know, collectibles, books, CDs. As you know, I'm eBay Motors. My eBay Motors account is Hubcap Joe's. You've seen it. I'm a top-rated seller. And so far in April, it has not been bad for me. You know, but what often happens is you'll have a day where you'll make, you know, 6 or 7 sales. You'll rock right through the first day, and the next day you'll have nothing. And I never know what to attribute that to. You know, it's just happenstance. What happens, happens. But I'd really like to know how your sales are for the month of April so far. Good, bad, or just average. Okay? Unfortunately, I got to run to work now. I got to run to work, and I'm going to Skype my guy this afternoon. My guy's in Michigan. The guy who's handling that end over there. And he's going to tell me exactly what he's got. I don't have all the papers, but I'll definitely have some major news in my next Cyberstalker video, which will be tonight, Friday night, April 19th. Please check back later for that video. It concerns every one of you if you're a YouTuber. And if you're an eBayer, it concerns you even